All right, so a hot topic today, of course, is abortion. Now, some states in the United States are just saying, hey, you can have an abortion whenever you want, right before the baby comes out. Other states are saying, no, we're not going to allow it at all. And others are saying, well, not if there's a heartbeat, which again, generally is about 18 days before a woman often even knows she's pregnant. Now, the key question for a Christian to ask, okay, and this again, this is asking the right question. Greg Koukl has a great book called Tactics, which is maybe one of the best apologetics books you can get, possibly the best, because it teaches you how to use the skills that or the knowledge that you learn through these courses. And so one of the questions that you can ask is, what is in the woman? Is it a human being inside of her, or something that is developing into a human being, or is it just a cluster of cells, okay? Because if it's just a cluster of cells, then there should be no moral dilemma at all. You should be able to have it removed just like you would have some sort of other growth on your skin removed. There shouldn't be any moral dilemma. But if it is a human or developing into a human, then that baby should have the full rights of a human being, the natural rights that a human being has in order to live. And so that is the most important thing, I think, that you can argue in an abortion debate. And they're going to try and skirt around it. They're going to try and get around that question. But I think if you continue to return to that question, ultimately you will win the argument. Another question to ask abortionists is, are you telling me that the 6 inches of the birth canal between being in the mother and outside of the mother, that somehow causes personhood? So the baby is inside of the mother's womb right here, it's about to be delivered, and that baby can be aborted, but deliver that baby 6 inches down the birth canal and suddenly that baby has natural rights. What is the difference between the baby outside, 6 inches outside of the birth canal, and 6 inches inside of the birth canal? There is no difference between that child except like 10 seconds. So that baby should not be killed because of that. Okay, another argument that people say, well, the baby can't breathe on its own, so it should be killed. Okay, but then you can say, well, what about people who are on oxygen? They can't breathe on their own. Should they be killed as well? There's another example called trotting out the toddler. They would say, well, this pregnancy was a result of incest or rape. Okay, I mean, those are tough topics, right? Well, trotting out the toddler is taking a 2-year-old or 1 or 2-year-old and bringing them out. Okay, they've already been born. Okay, they are 1 or 2 years old, and saying, can I kill that baby or that child there, that 2-year-old? They were a product also of incest, or they were a product of rape. Is it okay for me to now kill them? And if not, why? What is the difference there? What about someone who's 20 years old and they were a product of incest or a product of rape? Can we kill them? In both of these instances, you have the child being killed because of the decisions of the father, because the father was a rapist or because the father had incest with someone in his family. Because of that, an innocent child should die. Is that really right? So is it a life or not? A good example that Dr. Joe Mulvihill told in our apologetics class was, he was saying that, they're about to demolition a building, okay? And they're getting ready. They have the excavators out. They got the big bulldozers out, and they're about to slam through this thing. And then somebody says, wait, is there anybody in that building? And the guy says, well, I don't know, maybe there is. Well, of course, are we going to continue to slam through the building, or are we going to stop and check to see if somebody's inside? Well, the same goes for the abortion argument. If there's even a chance that that is a human being inside of the mother, then perhaps we should hold off before killing another human being. Perhaps we should hold off before bulldozing through that building if there's a human being in there.